New York Comic Con. Juan talking with Matt Kindt. How are you?
Good. I'm doing well.
Yeah, cool. So, we love mind management. It's great retro book style. Where did that come from? How did that come out of your mind into the paper?
Well, every book I do has a different origin, you know. I wish there was like a formula where I get my idea this way and then I do it. With mind management, the title came first. You know? I was actually reading, a friend of mine has a novel he's trying to get published, and I was reading it for him to give him feedback, and then it's like a big, crazy, like, spy book. And in the book, a character takes all these classes on how to be a spy, and one of the classes he takes is mind management, and it's just like he mentions it and goes on, and then I asked my friend, I was like, that's so awesome. I was like, can I use that? Mind management is such a great couple of words. The word pairing is so awesome. And he's like, is that in my book? He didn't even remember writing it. And I was like, well, then I get to have it, right? And he's like, yeah, take it. And so I came up with the title first, which is the first time I've ever done anything like that. And then, but it just, to me, suggested like a whole world of stories and characters. So.
It's crazy, like, where ideas come from and what inspires you, just kind of a kismet, spur of the moment kind of a thing. Is that how you often come up with your ideas with Super Spy, or is it more of a traditional way of writing?
Yeah, no, I mean, it honestly is completely random. Like, I did the book 3 story about the Giant Man, and it was because I'd met, like, this third cousin of mine who I'd never met before, and he had, like, this tumor or whatever that made him grow, and he was just this big guy, and I'm driving home after meeting him, and I just came up with, I was like, oh, what would happen if he had kept on growing, you know? And so that idea came that way. Honestly, it's completely random. Sometimes I'll just wake up with an idea, or I have a weird dream, and that gives me an idea. Those usually aren't the best ideas, but but
if I put down paper like whatever I dreamed,
yeah,
I
know it feels awesome right after you've dreamt it, and then when you write it down, it's like, that's stupid.
Oh, I need help. What's wrong with me?
Right.
What's going on? How's the convention going for you? How's it
really crazy. Yeah, it's been busy. It's fun. Yeah.
Do you find, now this is not your traditional superhero capes and tights kind of a thing, but do you still find you get a great reaction, or is it just kind of like you find a specific genre or a specific type of fan is attracted to your books? Yeah,
well, it's surprising. I think it appeals to everybody. And in a way, it's like everybody loves spies, and that's its own sort of genre. To me, like, superheroes is just another genre. It's like science fiction to me. So it's not much of a leap to go from that to spies, or spies with mind powers, sort of like superheroes with, you know, in a way, it's all that stuff is linked. It's like got a pulpy sort of origin to it. So I don't know why people wouldn't like all of it. I do.
I do too, absolutely. Yeah. So you mentioned like pulpy. Is that kind of how you came up with the production of mind management, for example? It's on paper. It's kind of like an old school kind of feel to it.
I definitely feel like, you know, the story is one thing, and then how the story is conveyed needs to be a part of the story as well. So, like, when somebody picks up one of the books, any book I've done, I want them to feel like they're not just picking up a book and the story starts when they start reading the first page. To me, the story starts when you pick it up.
Yeah.
Like, how it feels is important. You know, even the end papers, the back cover, all of that stuff to me is part of the story and part of the storytelling. So, you know, I want it to feel like an artifact of the thing you're reading, or like you're actually involved in it a little more.
All right, so you take care of from every aspect, from the writing, the drawing, the production, from beginning to end. When I came up to your table, I saw you cut out a piece of the tooth and you stamped in front of it and everything. I was like, what's that about? That was great.
It's, well, with the tooth, it's sort of like a 70s horror comic, you know, and so when I was putting it together, I was like, I really wanted, it's an idea I'd had for a while. I was like, I want to do something where I can cut a book up for some reason, you know, like when I sign it, because you sign enough books where after a while it gets just like, it's sort of the same thing over and over again, but I was like, if I could just cut a book up somehow when I'm signing it, that would make it more interesting for me.
No, I see that. No, I love it, because you're autographing, you're having a book, you're defiling enough already, so why don't we just like cut out a piece of paper?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see how far we can take this personalization of a comic book and a graphic novel. Good idea. Awesome. Love it. All right, man. So thanks so much for talking to us.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
And we're going to keep on reviewing your books. We're going to just give them 5 stars because they're just awesome.
All right. Good. Hey, don't be too easy on me. I might start slacking.
All right. You got that?
Keep me honest.
All right. Keep this guy honest. All right. Where can people find your books? What website? Publisher? Stores?
You can, try your local comic shop first. You know, that's ideal. And then if not, I have my website, mattkindt.com, or Dark Horse has their app too, so you can buy it digitally if you have to.
Yeah, but you can't cut up my iPad.
You can't do that. Well, yeah, I could one time, but I won't. I'd feel bad. I'm just kidding.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Jeez, that's expensive. Thank you, guys. All right.